So building maintenance is the process of earning or ensuring buildings, houses, so they decay through time because they have a lifespan, right? So meaning a washer and dryer, the span is usually labeled on how long it lasts, or like a water heater. Water heater has an expectancy of time, how long it can run efficiently. So, performing can affect health and threaten the safety, especially if it runs improperly. The product can run ineffectively. It could actually waste electricity. So the definition, the process of maintaining or preventing something or preserving something or the state of being maintained, right? So the bottom here, there are 4 major types. Corrective maintenance.
Corrective maintenance. This involves repairing something that is broken, such as a window and gutters or gutters.
Right. So what would be another example besides these that are explained up here? What would be another corrective maintenance?
Just like the lights fixtures, everything that they need, the telephone, like there need to be the outlet.
Definitely.
That's what they need, yeah.
Window screens, yes, because they tend to break up because they're very brittle. And they do wear, right? Through time, they kind of get brittle.
Yeah.
So those are a few. Preventive maintenance. Who wants to go for that one?
Okay. Carried out in order to keep something in working order or extend its life, such as replacing cracked roofing tiles before inclement weather.
Right. What would be another example of that in a sense of preventative maintenance?
Replacing filter
Correct.
on the HVAC. It's like a light fixture. The light is almost is dull, that's what they need to be done, and to prevent it, replace the filter, just like to keep running the machine.
Correct. So
what about like bathtubs?
Oh, you're talking about like drains?
Yeah.
Yes, actually that is it, because through time hair tends to fall into the drain, builds up.
The caulking around the bathtub.
The silica.
Yeah.
For like showers, for the frames of the window shower doors, they do tend to wear out. They even tend to mold too. Mold tends to live in that area, and if you don't maintain that and clean it, it can cause health issues, which is very bad. Black mold is a big issue in a lot of facilities. Some people are actually allergic, so it's a multitude of many things that you need to be aware of, especially when you're doing these particular jobs. And mind you, when I'm talking about jobs, like I said, it's a wide range. It could be from facility maintenance to property maintenance. So it really is a broad situation. And these identifications are just types of ways of preventing these. So you see how that's laid out? Yeah.
You could see.
Right there. You see how so this is the second one?
Yeah.
This is the third one. So it's going to be flush. So this is 9 inches, right? So the top of your box is going to be at 9 inches.
9 inches. So that used to be my light switch.
Yeah. So if you look at mine's set up just like this. And the ejector box is obviously going to be the center here, right?
Oh, okay. So the other box will be 9 inches.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
The top of your box is going to be at 9 inches.
Yeah, so I have to take it out because I only have 3 of these. I mean.
Show me yours. What does yours look like?
Like the one that you have.
So why do you have to take it out then? The only thing you have to take out is your power, because your power was in this box, but now it's going to move over to the box that's up here.
Yeah.
Right? I see it.
It's actually coming out worse than it did last time.
Yeah, and what it is, it's I think because there might have been a little bit moisture still in there. That's
Okay.
my guess, because I can see the solder.
Yeah.
The solder in itself kind of solidified on the outside. So you might have heated enough, but the problem is, you know what? I think the best thing for you to do right now is to actually take out the joint that's in the middle and put a new one.
Okay.
Because more likely you might have heated to a point where now the flux is burnt. So the key thing is just to take out the middle part, cut a new piece, clean everything out, and then resolder everything. Because that point, it's kind of like a hit or miss. So essentially, if you get it once right, it's going to be good. If you leave like a slight gap and then try to reheat it, more than likely it's going to cause, you know, a worse situation, meaning the flux is burnt, right? So when you put solder on it, sometimes the solder will just kind of go around it and not actually adhere to both parts because of the burnt. So it won't solder very well. So yeah, my suggestion to you is just to heat it up on either end and pull it out.
Yes, sir.
I have to cut. So what I can do, there are two ways that I can cut sheetrock. Measuring my space, transferring that measurement onto the sheet, right? I'll actually do that right now. So let's measure that. So this from here to here is 22 1/4. So, and another thing I failed to mention, so there are two sides on the sheet. There's the very nice factory side, and then there is the rough edge side that's pre-cut. So you always want to use and leave the factory side, because the factory side always has this little bump. It goes down, it's like a curve. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's nice and it's covered. The paper on top actually goes around it. And if you look on this side, there's a white, and also on this side is white. That's the non-factory side. So you always want to keep your factory side on the ends, because when you join two factory ends, it's actually a better joint because it's obviously 90 degrees, right? It's 90 degrees from here down to here. So you always want to keep your factory side. So in this case, my factory side on this side, I'm going to cut on this side. So I want to measure out from my left to right. 22 1/4. Right? And on the bottom, 22 1/4. Boom. I don't have a straight edge, so what I can do is, it's a little trick, carpenter's trick. Take your pencil, put your lead point at your marked line. Use your pointing finger. Can you guys see this? My pointing finger. Keep it here. So it acts like a stopper. So what I can do is now, all I have to do is just drag it, because it keeps the same distance all the way down. See that?
Yep.
Straight
That's
line.
cool.
So that's a carpenter's trick.
Are we covering like a scar in the wall,
Ooh.
or is that a crack?
No, so this is it's supposed to be an example of doing two seams, right? Let's say you have, because let me ask you guys this: what's the size of a sheetrock? Standard size, not thickness, but size-wise.
4x8.
4x8. So it's a standard 4x8. So each sheet will span 8 feet or 4 feet, depending on the orientation of where you put it. But usually you put it 4 feet long, and then 4 feet, or 8 feet long, and then 4 feet in height, right? So once you pass the 8 feet, then you have another 8 foot to put next to it. So this represents the two sheets being put together, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And remember, right, this side, if it's a full extension, let's say the wall's what, 20 feet? How many seats do you need per se?
5.
20? 20
Oh,
feet?
20.
Yeah, 20 feet long. How many seats would you need? Let's do the math, right? If you're doing 8 feet in length, huh? Okay.
3.5.
4x8.
Yeah, so it's going to go 8 feet long, right?
Oh, 8 feet long. Okay, so you need
Because you want to do less.
3.
And then you need to cut it.
Okay, so you would have how many seams then?
3.
Mm,
4.
you guys just guessing?
1, 2, 3.
3, right?
Yeah.
I just said 3.
Okay, so with 3 seams, that means you need to tape 3 times, right?
Yeah.
So this is essentially what this is. This scenario that I'm creating. Granted that each are fully extended 8 feet, so that means you have factory side. So you always want to meet the factory sides together because it's an easier tape. Okay, that's a good amount. You don't want too much. Now I'm gonna get my tape, put it up, and you want your fold to match the seam on the wall. Again, starting from the middle, moving the air bubbles out, and then going back in the middle again. All right, it's just to relieve some of the air bubbles. Coming down is a little difficult because it's an awkward position because you want to stay at an angle, but once you reach the bottom, you always end up being at 90 degrees. So it's a little difficult. So I kind of aim it down like this.